Just calm down might be the single least effective thing you can say to a child who's melting down. Not because they're refusing to, because in that moment, they physically can't. The part of the brain that follows instructions has gone offline, and no amount of logic reaches it. If your child explodes over something tiny and saying, "calm down," only makes it worse. This is why, and here's what works instead. What's really happening? Picture two parts of the brain. The alarm, fast, blunt, built to scream danger and flood the body with stress chemicals. And the brakes, slower, smarter, the part that settles the alarm and chooses a response instead of just reacting. In every child, the brakes are still being built. In a lot of these kids, they're being built slower, and the connection between the two is thinner, so the brakes don't grip as hard. When the alarm goes off, it gets there first, every time. The brakes are still lacing their boots while the child is already screaming. There's a useful idea from ADHD researcher Russell Barkley here. Kids with these difficulties often run roughly a third behind their age in self-control, not intelligence. Self-control specifically. So a 10-year-old can be working with the emotional brakes of something closer to a 7-year-old. They're not acting young to wind you up, they're acting their regulation age. 5 approaches that might help. One principle runs through all of them. You don't punish a skill that hasn't grown in yet. You build it. 1. Be the brakes until theirs work. The moment it tips, the window for reasoning has already shut. Get your own body calm, drop your voice, stay near, say very little. You're lending them your regulation until theirs comes back online. One parent stopped trying to talk her son down and just sat on the floor nearby. Within weeks, the meltdowns went from an hour to minutes. 2. Teach in the calm, never in the storm. A lesson delivered mid-meltdown is delivered to an empty room. Wait for the recovery, then debrief. That was rough earlier. What was going on? Curious, not a trial. 3. Set the bar at their regulation age, not their birthday. Pitch expectations at the stage they're actually at. More warning before transitions, more support through frustration, fewer demands stacked at once. 4. Watch the gauge, not the trigger. The wrong cup didn't cause the meltdown. It was the last straw on a tank that started draining at 9 a.m. Stop chasing 100 triggers. Soften the first hour home. Food before talk. 5. Get the right assessment. The same meltdown can be ADHD, autism, anxiety, trauma, or a mood condition, and the support depends on which. It's not about a label, it's about not guessing for another 2 years. Here's the one thing to hold on to. The behaviour that looks the most like defiance is usually the least about choice. Your child isn't giving you a hard time. They're having a hard time, with brakes that haven't finished being built. That gap closes when you stop fighting the wrong battle. At Proactive Psychology, this is the work we do with families every week. The full written breakdown is linked below if you want to go deeper, or subscribe so you don't miss more.